What's up, guys, and welcome back to Good Time Trading. And today is Friday, May 15th, and I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin price, potential top put in. We're going to be doing technical analysis and some fundamental news, and also looking at this stock to flow chart because this is kind of what convinced me that Bitcoin was the future and yeah, and it was gonna go to the moon, basically 100,000, which is what this is calling for, basically by July of next year. So that's why I started this YouTube channel. Um, was basically because if this thing does happen, I will have started my channel at basically the best time and not have to go through any real bearish news, except for this, this dip that's coming after the halvening, which always has happened. Um, but anyway, I thought I would kind of touch up on that and, give you an explanation on why I started it now. I've been involved in stocks since, let's see, it was April of 2019, but I've been watching the stock market since I was 10, 12 years old. And yeah, I just always had a thing for it. And also, I did buy Bitcoin uh, back in April at $5,000 and wrote it up to 12.5. So that's just a little backdrop on me, how I got here, and also just fell in love with Bitcoin. But yeah, talking about the stock to flow, if you didn't know, um, we talked about the happening in other videos, but basically, um, in the blue is a great time to buy. Not financial advice, but just looking in the past, good buy. It was a good buy right here, and now we got another good buy right here. And so if this thing is real, and I had my doubts when we were at 3K, but that didn't stop me from getting bullish at 3K and buying right there. But to be um, real with you, it's hard to imagine 100 grand Bitcoin, but it was probably also hard to imagine it when it was $300-$400 going to 20,000. And with the way the Fed is printing all this money for the US, it's almost like this is what Bitcoin was made for, was to act as a hedge against the inflation that our government is doing to us, without our will. And then on top of that, they're pumping stocks and we don't know when they're going to do it or what they're going to pump. So it's like, well, they don't like Bitcoin. Uh, Trump has said it, Mnuchin said it, but I don't know. It's just hard to get a feel on. Are they gonna are they and CME options gonna crash this thing to zero, or is because CME launched options a few months back? I'm not for sure on the real date, but uh, yeah, maybe it was so they could have options at the end of the halvening to crash it, and so because back in the 70s, the U.S. took away the gold from all the citizens and said, here, have this paper money. And if you know anything about Bitcoin, it's basically just a better version of gold. And it's like, is the US going to repeat this and take away Bitcoin to where it just dumps and never reaches all-time highs? I mean, it's coming to a head, and you know, we're going to know in the next 2 years, are we all going to be rich, or are we all just going to watch it burn? But I mean, I think it's going to moon my personal opinion to 100K eventually. Maybe not by next year, but shoot, we're going to see soon. But anyway, all the Moon Boy talk, there it is. And then we'll go look at the Fear and Greed. It's at 44. So people are still bearish right now, even though it's went up from 3K to 9K. So that's pretty insane. Uh, I don't really understand how this thing works because I guess it gets it pretty good. Like back in July, it ran it up to a 90, and that's where the top was put in, or June. So it does work. It's just I don't know about it sometimes. But you can see we're in a downtrend. People are just getting less greedy and less greedy in Bitcoin. So, and then if you look, it's kind of putting in like a top, and then a top right here recently, but at a 56. But we're at 55 right now, so I don't really put a lot of weight on this, but it's cool to look at. Okay, so looking at the price of Bitcoin, and let's start with the lower time frames that we spoke about yesterday. So yesterday I was calling for, my bad guys. Okay, so yesterday I was pretty bearish or sideways, and we rejected our overhead support at 9,800, and then so yeah, 9,900, and then we went down almost to our support at 9160. So was that a test down on it? I was asleep, or I would have definitely tried a small long right there. But I don't know. Usually when you get these big wick downs, it'll get back down there and put in some bullish divergence or something, and come back down and bounce the lows and then run it back up. But we'll see before we'll go check out the higher time frames and see what's going on. But as long as we're above 91.59, I would be looking for it to just keep going sideways and up. But the moment we take that out, look for a quick move down to 84.30, and then after that, that's where it gets really nasty. But going out to the daily, I wanted to show you guys this, and um, it's probably better seen on the CME chart right here. So I was looking at, well, this morning I started looking at it. I was looking at the 3 hour, and I was like, okay. And I think it was 2 days ago, I was saying it was looking a little bearish, and we might put in the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, head and shoulders, which is a bearish pattern. Um, and I was calling it for like basically at this wick right here. So if that happens, that'll be pretty crazy. But then this morning, I had it zoomed out, looking at the higher time frames, and I said, "Oh my gosh, we're in a head and shoulders on the macro, coming back from October. So like left shoulder here, head, and then a right shoulder if this is a local top, and it's a rejection off of basically this ray. But I had it right here because I'm pretty sure this is a local top. But we'll get follow through soon. But yeah, so this was right here. So it's like, is it a breakout? Um, and like I said before, Bitcoin has a lot of, it'll pump through the trend line, and everybody will think it's a breakout, but it just pumps it up just enough to trick everybody, and then that's where the top's put in. Just like back right here, everybody was pretty bullish of a breakout, and then also on the China news, and I'm pretty sure right here too. But anyway, going to GBDC, uh, the top trend line, it's getting it better right here, I think, because on the other one we broke out on CME, but on GBDC it looks like a pretty clear rejection off of it. Rejection, rejection, rejection. So that's pretty bearish. But if we do get above here um, on spot price, I'd be looking for a move up to 11,400, which is, or 11.5 right here. But first you got to get above 10.1, and then this prior wick high, and also this double top. But it's not really looking too good. And then so we'll start it out on the monthly and pull up our momentum oscillators. Okay, so we're looking at Bitstamp chart on the monthly, um, and I did change my colors around on my indicator. So like the pink is a really good sell, and then the red is a decent sell. The green's a good buy. Gold's even better. And so anyway, looking at the monthly, really really nothing too impressive right there. Hang on, my moving average is turned off. Okay. So looking at the monthly, and I'm gonna throw on the Bollinger Band just to see. Okay, so if we did get back up, the top side of the Bollinger Band's coming in at 11.8, 11.5 region. So that's another thing saying, hey, if we got up there, look out. Um, but yeah, so looking at the monthly, still that 7,000 range, which is creeping up over time now. It's looking like it could bounce there. Uh, and then the 5 week, when we get the 5 week, if it pumps it again, I don't know. I think that's where the top would be put in if this isn't it right here. Just a short term top, the weekly. The party's not over until we lose the weekly RSI, in my opinion. And that would mean a breakdown of the 49 region right here. And I'm going to put an alert for that. So, and anything above the weekly 21 is bullish to me, and we did pretty much break down to it on that 8,000. So was that our post halving dip? Um, very, very possible the more I look at it. But then it's like we got a doji right here at this local top, doji right here, local top, doji right here. Is it a local top? We'll see. So let's go going back to the lower or the medium term time frames. Let's see, really nothing to be seen. And let me put on the golden crosses here. And these are the 21 and the 55 golden cross. Um, so looking at it, we got the 10-21 cross. This is the 10 moving average and the 21 EMA. And when that happens, we eventually come back down to that area, and that's 8,100, which it'll be working its way up pretty quick. But so we know we might have some reversals right here, just off of moving averages, and then so looking at the 3 day, we got the 21.55 cross right here, and in the past, that pretty much called this consolidation and a small correction. Let's see, how much did it correct off of this? A 9% pullback, and then this one, yeah, about a 5% pullback. So we got a 9 and a 5% pullback. So at least a small pullback, I think, right here is due. Um, and with that being said, we were bullish off the 3 day RSI when it bounced, but now that it's here, it looks like it might be putting in a little bearish divergence from this high to this high. But that'll be easier seen on a lower time frame for sure. And I also changed around this moving average in my indicator, and when it's green above the red, that's bullish, and then when the red is above the green, that's bearish. Okay, so see if I can put it on auto and help out a little bit. Okay, so looking at the daily, we got the daily golden cross, and I said it was looking bullish off because we gained momentum into the cross, but I did close my trade at 9,600 that I told you guys yesterday. Still waiting patiently for a dip. Hopefully when I'm awake. But anyway, so we do have daily bearish divergence from this high to this high. We'll make that red. We know it's bad. Okay, and then we got from this high to here. So bearish divergence. It's not bad, but kind of hidden bearish divergence. I'm sorry, I was looking at it wrong. That's not actual bearish divergence, but it's divergence nonetheless. And then, so looking at the daily, let's see if we can draw you guys a trend line in here. We'll be knowing where she might bounce at. Okay, so coming off that upward trend line that we've been putting in, that would be saying you would come down to like 9100. So, but we probably won't get a break of the pattern for until May 18th. So, yeah, probably sideways until Monday. But since it'll be the weekend after today, so CME usually goes the opposite way of the general trend in the weekend. So if we've been bearish all week, maybe we get a weekend pump. And I know that sounds crazy, but that would, I don't know. We'll see. We did fill the gap though, so I'm still bearish even if we do, pump it back up to 9,800 again. But we'll go back down and look at the ranges more later on. Okay, so really nothing to see on the lower time frames. We're just in this pattern still. The 4 hour, we did have extremely low volatility, and then it looks like it's expanding to the upside, but I wasn't really looking for that to happen. But hey, I made money off of it nonetheless, and caught it at 93.50 and then sold at 96.50. And then, so we were saying yesterday we were bearish on Bitcoin, and I believe we were bearish off the 1 hour, or maybe that was the day before. Hard to keep up. But anyway, so yeah, and then now we're getting the follow through to the 2, 3. No, it was the 2 hour. I remember when I said we had lost this our EMA right here for the first time. So we're losing momentum, and then now we got the 4 hour and the 6 hour. So the 6 hour is pretty accurate. The last time it gave you a sell signal was right here from this top, and to the bottom that was 19% in a day. Um, and so now, you know, and then looking at this pattern, we can get a measured move off of it. Take off the magnet. So about a 20% move, and then if we break down uh, from the breakdown point, 20%. So yeah, that 7K target we spoke about earlier, and then if we go down to the lower time frames, we'll see if that lines up with our support. And so yeah, 91.50 is our support line, and then 84.20, and then 77.50. So then going back to this chart, so 7,200 is where it would be pointed down to. Actually, yeah, 7,100. So pretty sure that is a support line. So 7,027 is where that would kind of be pointed towards. But we'll see when we get there. That's kind of too far out right now just to say. off what we know is the 6 hour to go down to 7,000. That would be a lot. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm thinking on Bitcoin. Looking at the lower time frames, yeah, not really telling us much. Maybe another test up back to 9,500, but I would be looking for the 6 hour to take us down first, and then the 12 hours coming down. The 12 hours actually got you out on RSI, so we'll stick with that, and we'll be bearish off of this, and yeah, look for a sweep to 8,400 or at least 9,150. The 3 day, well, we already talked about the 3 day. Okay, and I wanted to show you guys this too. So looking at the daily, and I think I got another tab. Okay, so looking at the daily, you can see the daily Bollinger Band had gotten really tight, and then we expanded to the upside, and then we trended off the daily Bollinger Band. Well, now we lost the daily Bollinger Band and kind of rejected the top side of the band. So we'll see. But it kind of looks like you're losing momentum, just like you lost it over here. But we'll know with any move down, really. And then, so yesterday we called the Bitcoin dominance was at a double top, I believe, on what time frame was it? Yeah, the 6 hour, and boy did the altcoins pump this morning. Where is he? So yeah, ETH. Yeah, they pumped 5%, which is pretty crazy because they hadn't really been pumping, but nothing too crazy. Now that I look at it, and then gold has been on a tear, and we just got the 3 day yesterday. Um, so I am long gold right now, and yeah, been bullish pretty much gold for a while now. My original position was 140 down in here. I just bought some and held, so it's been great. And if traditional markets go down, I would think this would keep going. But looking at TVIX, oh boy, the Bollinger Band, that ain't gonna work. Okay, so TVIX, I'm still holding my long, but we'll see. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of time here. Traditional markets, man, I think it's a sell the news with everybody going back to work. Not really looking for it to be a good thing, really, but you never know. I also heard today that they're going to be doing another round of stimulus checks, maybe. So if that's true, maybe the market is going to do okay because that's a lot of money for people. Plus that unemployment, even I'm pretty sure fast food workers are getting like $800 a week unemployment. So nothing against them. Everybody deserves to make that money, but yeah, that's a lot of money that people didn't have that now do. Long term, is that going to hurt our money supply? Hard to say. But looking at volatility on SPY, it's just straight slammed down and contracted. So when we see the moving average turn up on this baby, that's when I'd be looking for some follow through on SPY. So I'm gonna set some alerts on this guy so we know when she expands. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Tesla, nothing on Tesla. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back. Please like and subscribe if you're new, and please let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking. Any feedback, positive or negative, it's all good. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you, and have a great day.